Now, friends, we have seen part one. Part one, that was asexual reproduction, that is completely over. Now we are in second part. In second part, our topic is that sexual reproduction in lower and higher plants. Then yesterday, chat also. Yesterday, we have seen the beginning of or the introduction part of the sexual reproduction. All of you, please open your chat and write fast. What do you mean by a flower? So flower is a highly modified shoot meant for sexual reproduction. Then we have seen that the flower is having some important parts. How many parts we told yesterday as the parts of flower? You please write the number fast. All of you write the number fast. How many parts the flower is having? How many parts the flower is having? 4. I'm getting the answer. Very good. 4 parts are there: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Now, final one question to you from this slide itself. What is the main function of a flower? What is the main function of a flower? What is the main function? You will get the answer from the slide itself. Slide is open before you. What is the main function of flower? No idea? Very bad. What is the main function? Yeah, produce haploid gametes. That is the main function of flower. Then we have seen that in sexual reproduction, there are many events. How many events I told you in the class yesterday? How many events? Events kitna hai? How many events? Come on, you write there in the chat box. You write there in the chat box. That is convenient. Yeah, 3. Very good. All of you are writing 3. So 3 events are there. In simple sense, we can say, in short, very short form, we can say PFP. P means pre-fertilization. Then F means fertilization. Then next to P means post-fertilization. Then I told you in the pre-fertilization, what all the events? Now you see in the sexual reproduction pre-fertilization, how many events are there? In sexual reproduction pre-fertilization, how many events? Please write the number. In pre-fertilization, how many events? Very good. 2 events are there. What are they? Number 1, formation of gametes, both male and female gametes. Number 2, the transfer of male gamete to female. That is, simply sense we can say pollination, because pollen grains are getting transferred. The male gametes are to be transferred to the female gamete, because female gamete is always stationary. The female gamete is always receiving the male gamete. So the male gamete should come from away. So male gametes are always getting transferred. So pollen grains are transferred. The male gametes are transferred to the female gamete, which we call as the egg in the ovule. Now come to fertilization. What is fertilization? Fertilization is very simple. What is that? Union of male and female gametes. How many male gametes are there in angiosperm? In angiosperm flower, how many male gametes are there? Please write the number fast. How many male gametes are there in angiosperm flower or angiosperm pollen grain producing how many male gametes? Please write fast. Number of male gametes produced there in a pollen grain or in a flower. In a flower, not flower, in a pollen grain. How many male gametes one pollen grain can produce? No idea. Now you see here, can you see this area? Can you see my torch over there? How many male gametes are there? Now you write fast. How many male gametes are there? Yes, very good. 2 male gametes are there. Okay. Then after that, the third event is done post-fertilization. Once the fertilization is over, then what will happen? The zygote is formed, and that zygote is going through further changes or further process that we call as embryogenesis, and finally that zygote will develop into the embryo, and that embryo is stored in a seed, and that seed is there in a fruit. Okay, so these are the various events you can see there in sexual reproduction. I repeat: pre-fertilization, fertilization, and post-fertilization. Okay, now we go to the today's section. Today's session we are starting from here. Now, yesterday I just gave a hint that what are the different parts of a flower by using this slide. I told you that there are two important worlds are there, or parts are there, or worlds. We use the term worlds. Two important worlds are there. One is called the accessory worlds, that is calyx and corolla, and second is that the essential worlds. The accessory worlds हमको अभी स्टडी करने का जरूरत नहीं. आई थिंक लास्ट ईयर आपने देखा होगा, नहीं तो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. कैलिक्स एंड कोरोला है, वो हम लोग स्टडी नहीं करें. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रिप्रोडक्शन. सो द एसेंशियल वर्ड्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. अभी एसेंशियल वर्ड्स क्या क्या है मैंने कल आपको बताया था. एसेंशियल वर्ड्स आर एंड्रोशियम एंड gynoecium. This is essential words. The flower is having two essential words. One is the androecium and second is then the gynoecium. Now, what is androecium? Androecium is the male reproductive structure. This male reproductive structure is having certain units. Now, you see here, if you look at one, two structure, even the other half is also there. Altogether, you can see if it is a dicot plant, minimum 5 such units you can see. This single unit we can say as a stamen. Okay, so androecium is made up of the units called stamen. अभी कैलिक्स बोलेगा तो हम लोग बोलते हैं सेपल से बनाया हुआ है, और कोरोला बोलेगा तो पेटल से बनाया हुआ है. So calyx is made up of sepal, corolla is made up of petal. Similarly, the androecium, that is made up of stamen. Now you see this is a stamen. ये है stamen का picture. Are you getting me? Right? Why or no? You are getting me? You are following me? Hi friends, you are following me? Yes, good. So androecium is made up of stamens. Okay, that is the male reproductive part. Now, what is the other essential word of a flower? That is called gynoecium. Now you see this is the gynoecium. So this gynoecium we can say that is made up, that is the female reproductive system. So ये फ्लावर का मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम है और ये फ्लावर का फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम है. ये फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम वी कैन से दैट, इधर आप देखें तो एक सिंगल यूनिट का जैसा दिखता है. अब इधर के इधर सिंगल यूनिट दिखता है आपको, लेकिन दिस इज नॉट अ सिंगल यूनिट. इट कैन बी सिंगल यूनिट, it can be multiples of 5 also, 5 or multiples of 5 also. Okay, so 5 units may be there, but anyway we can say this gynoecium is the female reproductive system and it is made up of individual leaves, individual units which we call as carpels. So the gynoecium is made up of carpels. अब याद review करो आप. Calyx is made up of sepals, corolla is made up of petals, androecium is made up of stamens, and gynoecium is made up of carpels. Okay, now we are going to talk about the stamen in detail. अभी आप इधर पिक्चर देखो, वो पिक्चर को एनलार्ज करके आ रहे इधर. Okay, but this is the stamen and that is enlarged over here, and the same part I am showing over here. Now if you look at a stamen, अभी एक इंडिविजुअल, अभी देखिए आप कॉम्प्लेक्स से सिंबल बन जा रहे हैं. अभी ये पूरा एक कॉम्प्लेक्स स्ट्रक्चर है. ये कॉम्प्लेक्स स्ट्रक्चर का एक पार्ट है एंड्रीशियम. उसमें से सिंपलीफाई करके वी से एंड्रीशियम इज मेड अप ऑफ स्टेमन. अभी स्टेमन में क्या है, क्या किया है, दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू सी. नाउ द स्टेमन दैट इज मेड अप ऑफ बेसिकली 3 यूनिट्स, 3 पार्ट्स आर देयर. बट आप पिक्चर में देखो तो आपको 2 ही पार्ट्स देखने को मिलेगा, लेकिन एक्चुअली 3 पार्ट्स है. वो मैं आपको बीच में एक बार एक सेक्शन में एक पिक्चर में दिखाता हूं, बोलता हूं. लेकिन अभी if you look at here, you can see that this stamen is made up of two parts. One is a stalk-like structure like this. This stalk-like structure is known as the filament. This is what is called a filament. Now, at the tip of the filament, you see a structure like this. This structure is known as the anther. Okay. So, one androecium is made up of stamen, and the stamen is having two parts as per this picture. Actually, three are there, but in this picture, we say now two. One is the stalk, that is called as the filament, and second is the swollen part at the tip of the filament, that is called as the anther. You followed? So how many parts you see there in the diagram for a stamen? You write, please, write in the chat box. You write there in the chat box how many parts of a stamen you see there in this picture. Yes, very good. Two. One is the filament, and second is then the anther. Okay. Now come to this filament. I mean this anther and the filament. I mean the stamen. Structure of stamen we are going to see in the detail. So how many parts here? One is filament, and second is then the anther. So where you see the anther in a stamen? The anther in a stamen you see at the tip of the filament. That is terminal. We say terminal. And now you see this anther. How many lobes you see here? In an anther, you can see two lobes like this. There are three lobes. You can, if you want to ask anything, no, you can write there in the chat box. So it is very easy for me to see because in the chat box, whatever you are writing, I am observing. This is the advantage of Zoom. If I'm going for Google Meet, when I do PowerPoint presentation, so then I cannot do any kind of chat. Then I want another device. Somebody has to monitor that device. When somebody monitoring the device, no, they will pick up the questions or they will pick up the whatever doubts or whatever, and then it has to be transferred to the host, and then that way the communication is going on in Google Meet. But in Zoom, the advantage is that see the chat box is open. So I'm always monitoring the chat box, everything going on simultaneously. Instead of raising your hands, you please write there in the box itself, in the chat box itself. Okay. Then anybody wants to ask anything, you please write over there. Now itself, I'm observing the chat box now. Otherwise, shall I go? Go ahead. If I can go ahead now, you just write there G. Yes, good. I'm going ahead. Now you see, if you observe this anther, how many lobes you see over here? Please write the number. How many lobes you see over here? How many lobes? Yes, two lobes are there, right? So normally or typically, one anther, one stamen is having two anther lobes. Okay, and so we say it is bilobed. Two lobes are there. If it is two lobed, we call it as bilobed. So this anther is bilobed. Now, another important thing you have to remember that in one lobe, now this is one lobe, one anther lobe, this is another anther lobe. Now, actually, if from front view, if you look at only two anther lobes, in each anther lobe, you can see two chambers are there. इधर देखिए, अभी ये पिक्चर आप देखिए, इधर देखिए, ये एक आंदर लोब है, ये दूसरा आंदर लोब है, लेकिन एक ही लोब का अंदर आप देखिए कितना चेंबर है, इधर कितना बॉक्स में राउंड स्ट्रक्चर दिखते हैं आपको, इसको पोलन चेंबर बोलता है और पोलन सैक बोलता है. सो कितना पोलन सैक एक लोब में है? टू. सो ऑल टुगेदर दोनों लोब पकड़ के कितना चेंबर होता है? 4 पोलन सैक होता है. ओके, सो 4, लेकिन वो पॉइंट हम लोग बाद में देखेंगे, डिटेल स्टडी में देखेंगे. बट ईच लोब इज हैविंग हाउ मेनी चेंबर्स? 2 chambers, and these chambers we call TK. So we called as 2 TK. That means this is simply saying that diathecous. So we can say that the anther is diathecous. अभी ये स्लाइड में मैंने आपको क्या क्या बोला? ये एक स्टेमन है. It has 2 important parts here in the picture. One is the stalk, which we call as the filament, Second is the tip of the part where, tip of the stamen where the important part of the stamen is lying. That is called as the anther. And anther is typically bilobed, and each lobe is having two thecae, two chambers or two pollen sacs. So in a bilobed anther, altogether, how many sacs are there? 4 sacs are there. Now, now we are going to see the structure of anther. Now we are going to see the structure of anther. Okay, ये आपका टॉपिक में स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ आंदर, या स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ आंदर करके हेडिंग, क्योंकि मैं इधर जो हेडिंग लिख रहे हैं आपका टेक्स्ट बुक का जो हेडिंग है वही लिखा है, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ आंदर. नाउ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ आंदर, ये डायग्राम्स आपको इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप ये डायग्राम ड्रॉ करके प्रैक्टिस करना. ओके, इन अ सिस्टमैटिक मैनर यू ड्रॉ इट एंड प्रैक्टिस, because examination point of view all these things are important. Now you just see in this some pictures are there labeled as A, B, C up to G. Okay, altogether some 7 pictures are there. You come to the first picture, that is called A. Okay, this is the first picture. So this first picture we can say this is the picture of an immature anther. Okay, this is the picture of, this is a transverse section of an immature anther. Immature anther means just form किया गया anther, वो matured नहीं है, उसका अंदर pollen grain नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, just form किया है. So ये just form किया जो immature anther है उसको immature हम बोलता है. ये anther actually क्या है, आप देखिए इधर लिख के रखा है, it is a group of parenchyma cells. It is a group of parenchyma cells or parenchyma tissue surrounded by a covering ऐसा. देखो एक कवरिंग है, सिंगल लेयर ऑफ कवरिंग है, ये कवरिंग को बोलता है एपिडर्मिस. सो इन स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ anther, the first point you have to remember that when the anther is there in the immature state, it is just like a group of parenchymatous tissue covered by or surrounded by a single layer of epidermis. But slowly what happens, this young immature anther is growing. Slowly and slowly it is growing. So when it is growing, it will come from A state to B stage. So when it comes to the B state, what you can see there, you can see that there in 4 corners, one specialized cell, one parenchymatous cell is getting specialized. मैं आपको आगे का स्लाइड में दिखाता हूं, मैं ये स्लाइड में भी मैं मैक्सिमम आपको पिक्चर दिखा के बोलने को कोशिश कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो ऐसा 4 कॉर्नर्स, लेकिन ये 4 कॉर्नर्स दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द आंदर. अगर आंदर को एक ही लोब है, आंदर को एक ही लोब है, देन यू गेट ओनली 2 पार्ट्स लाइक दिस, ओनली 2 चैम्बर्स. ए पार्ट नहीं होगा, या तो ये पार्ट नहीं, कोई भी एक पार्ट नहीं होगा. लेकिन मैंने आपको बोला है कि टिपिकल आंदर इज हैविंग हाउ मेनी लोब्स, आई सेड बिफोर 2 lobes. A typical anther is having 2 lobes. That is why we say this is a dithecous anther. And since there are 2 lobes, how many chamber has to be formed? How many pollen chamber has to be formed? How many pollen sacs to be formed? 4. So 4 pollen sac will be formed. Now you see here, 1 pollen sac, second pollen sac, third pollen sac, 4 pollen sac. So ऐसा एक situation को हम बोलता है टेट्रास्पोरेंजिएट. ओके, सो 2 ही पोलन चेंबर है तो हमको बाइस्पोरेंजिएट बोल सकता है. लेकिन ये केस में 4 पोलन सैक होता है, इधर 2 लोब होता है, इट इज डाइथिकस. अगर एक ही लोब है तो क्या बुलाएंगे, इधर आप लिखो, इधर आपका चैट बॉक्स में लिखो आप क्या सोच रहे हैं. अगर एक ही लोब है क्या लिखेंगे, पूरा नहीं लिखने का, फर्स्ट पार्ट लिखो, डाइथिकस लिखेंगे क्या दूसरा कुछ लिखेंगे, क्या लिखेंगे. 2 लोब्स का जगह पे एक ही लोब है, 2 है तो डाइ, so एक है तो क्या करेंगे, वेरी गुड, मोनोथिकस. ओके, सो इफ देयर इज ओनली 1 lobe, it will be monothecous and it will be not tetra, it is bisporangiate. 2 ही pollen sacs होता है. ओके, now you see, now I told you that at the corners these kind of special cells are forming. At 4 corners special cells are formed, and these special cells we say this is the archisporial cells. Okay, this is called, because that means ये जो पर्टिकुलर स्टेज में से, ये इमेच्योर स्टेज से जब वो आगे मेच्योर होते टाइम, नेक्स्ट स्टेज में what will happen at 4 different corners, one parenchyma cell gets enlarged, that is getting specialized, and such specialized cell we can say archisporial cell. Okay, can you tell me that how many archisporial cell will be there in this? Please write it there in the chat box now fast. The digit you write over there, how many archisporial cell will be there in this then? Yes, very good. 4 archisporial cells are there. Now our point is that from this state to this state, when it is going, what will happen to this archisporial cell? The archisporial cell is going to divide. This archisporial cell, when it comes to this state, it will divide and it will form 2 cells, an outer cell and one inner cell. The outer cell is known as the parietal cell. The inner cell which is there inside, that is called as the inner sporogenous cell. So याद रखना, immature stage में क्या किया है? A group of parenchyma tissue surrounded by single layer of epidermis. Then when it enter into next stage, it produces at 4 different corners. What happens? One of the parenchyma cell become enlarged or getting modified or getting specialized, and then we call it as archisporial cell. This archisporial cell then divides. The next stage, it divides and forms 2 cells, one cell outside, the other cell inside. The one cell outside and the other cell inside. The outer cell is called as the primary parietal cell. All of you, can you hear me? My voice is clear. You are getting me? Because here the power is gone. Hello? You please write there if it is okay. Yes, okay. Because power is gone. That is why. Okay. So, outer primary parietal cell and inner sporogenous cell. Now, what is happening there? Now, outer primary parietal cell we'll talk about later. And now we come to the inner cell. Inner cell, what is that? Inner cell is called a sporogenous cell. And this sporogenous cell is going to divide. Mitotically, it divides. A group of cells form. That is what is called a sporogenous tissue. In the next stage, what happens? It becomes a group of cells which we call as a tissue. Are you getting me? The sporogenous cell that divides mitotically yaad rakhna. It divides mitotically and forms a group of cells over there which we call as tissue. So a sporogenous tissue is formed. In a sporogenous tissue, yaad rakhna, in the next point, in a sporogenous tissue, how many cells are there? Each and every cell is undergoing meiosis, later stage. And when it undergoing meiosis, each cell, अभी ये sporogenous tissue में अगर 10 cells है तो हर cells का अंदर meiosis होएगा. meiosis याद रखना, reduction division, meiosis होता है. वो meiosis का वजह से each cell will become a tetrad. Tetrad बोले तो मालूम है ना? Tetrad means, what is the meaning of this number? I mean this word tetrad. Tetrad means 4. So each cell will be having 4 cells. Because of which division? अगर माइटोसिस होते तो एक सेल से आपको कितना सेल्स मिल जाएगा? माइटोसिस होएगा तो एक सेल से कितना मिलेगा? 2. अगर ये सेल में क्या होता बोला मैंने? Yes, ये स्पोरोजिनस सेल, ईच स्पोरोजिनस सेल इज अंडरगोइंग मियोसिस. अगर मियोसिस है तो क्या होगा? 4 सेल्स फॉर्म करेंगे. ये 4 सेल्स को क्या बोलता है? टेट्राड. ये टेट्राड है, माइक्रोस्पोर टेट्राड, बिकॉज ये आगे पोलन ग्रेन को प्रोड्यूस करने वाला सेल है. ये माइक्रोस्पोर टेट्राड अभी कौन सा जेनेटिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मालूम है? सो ये सेल इज अ डिप्लॉयड, राइट? मैंने आपको बोला स्पोरोजिनस सेल इज अंडरगोइंग माइटोसिस एंड बिकमिंग स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू. सो ये स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू में जो सेल्स है वो सभी सेल कौन सा स्टेज में है? डिप्लॉयड या हैप्लॉयड? ये सेल कौन सा, डिप्लॉयड या हैप्लॉयड? जल्दी राइट देयर, फर्स्ट लेटर लिखो. ये सेल डिप्लॉयड है क्या हैप्लॉयड है? डिप्लॉयड. सो दिस सेल इज अंडरगोइंग मियोसिस. आपको टेट्राड मिल गया. टेट्राड मिल गया तो ये सेल कौन सा कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में? अभी जेनेटिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या है? हैप्लॉयड और डिप्लॉयड? हैप्लॉयड. So haploid microspore tetrad is formed. So from each sporogenous cell, you get a microspore tetrad. That is what you see here. Got it? That much clear? Sporogenous tissue का development कैसे मालूम हो गया, मालूम पड़ा? Now we come to, मैंने आपको इधर बोला था ये बाद में देखेगा करके. Now we come to this part, primary cell wall. अभी इधर देखा था the primary, the archisporial cell that is dividing and forming an outer parietal cell and inner sporogenous tissue, and this sporogenous tissue later developing as microspore tetrad. At the same time, this parietal cell, उसको क्या होता है? अब इधर देखिए, parietal cell is becoming the underwall layers. अब इधर देखिए, ये इसको जो कवर करके, ये जो स्ट्रक्चर को कवर करके जो लेयर होता है, इधर जो लेयर फॉर्म किया है, ये लेयर किधर से डेवलप किया है? प्राइमरी सेल से डेवलप किया. So the primary parietal cell will become the underwall layers. And underwall layers, how many layers होता है? 4 layered. इधर देखो तो मालूम पड़ेगा. Epidermis, endothelium, middle layer, tapetum. ये पकड़ के हमको बोल सकता है underwall. Epidermis भी है, endothelium भी है, middle layer भी है, tapetum है. Okay, so underwall layers we can say as 4 layered. Okay, now you see the next. Now what are those 4 wall layers? I mean, now you see this picture is enlarged over here. This is the sporogenous tissue and later becomes the microspore mother cell. So microspore tetrads or microspore mother cells we call it. And this microspore mother cell is formed from the sporogenous cell, okay, or sporogenous cell. Then this is surrounded by, so you see there is one layer of specialized cells, and then that is followed by another layer of cells. Look at here, some 2 layers are there here. That is followed by another type of cell. You look at there, some cylindrical shaped cells, okay. That is followed by, covered by, you see another brick shaped cells. Now look at there. So can you see the 4 layers of underwall? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, these are the 4 wall layers. And what do you call this outermost layer? This outermost layer we call as epidermis. This is what is called a epidermis. Now, if you say if it is epidermis, and this epidermis is looking like a special shape. What is the shape over there? These are tubular or flattened. Yeah, even bricks का जैसा है. ये bricks का जैसा है. नहीं तो we call it just here tubular or flattened cells. Then just inside of this, you see some cylindrical cells here. This is the cylindrical cells. And these cylindrical cells we call as endothelium. And this endothelium we say radially elongated with fibrous thickening. All of you are there online? All of you are there online? Getting me? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So endothelium. This is called as endothelium. So what is the speciality of this cell? Look at there. Radially elongated with the, that means ये cell में elongation देखिए कैसा है, कुछ particular shape है उसको, इसका अंदर इसका wall में छोटा छोटा thickenings भी रहता है. Now this is called as the endothelium. Now just inside the endothelium, now you see 1 or 2 layers of some flattened cells. You look at there, 1 or 2 layers of specialized flattened cells there, and these cells are known as middle layers. वो शायद एक लेयर हो सकता है और 2 layers हो सकता है, लेकिन ये दोनों कंपेयर करेगा तो middle layer that is thinner than the outer layer, the endothelium. Endothelium is thick, लेकिन these middle layers are always thin walled. Now I come to the last layer, the innermost layer, that is, this is the innermost layer. This layer is always in communication with the microspore mother cells. That means microspore mother cells are immediately surrounded by what? This type of layer. That is only one layer, and this single layer is called as tapetum. ये tapetum का नाम you have to remember always. क्योंकि this is the layer which nourishes the sporogenous tissue. इनका function क्या है? Nourishment है. Tapetum का function है nourishment है. वो tapetum function कभी-कभी examination को या even objective type में, even MCQ type में, 1 mark type में सब पूछता है. तो tapetum का function याद रखना, that provides nourishment to the developing microspore mother cells. Okay, so you got it clearly how many wall layers the andhra is having. How many wall layers the andhra is having? Right, fast number. The number of wall layers, andhra wall layers, you please write fast. Yes. Then now you say the first letters of each layer. First letters of each layer. You write there fast. First letters of each layer from outermost to innermost. Yes, very good. E E M T. ये कुछ शॉर्ट फॉर्म में मान में रखना हमेशा, विदाउट फेल यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इट. और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट लेयर मैंने कौन सा बोला फंक्शन नरिशमेंट फंक्शन में? कौन सा लेयर याद रखने को बोला था? tapetum. Okay, because that is providing nourishment to the developing microspore mother cells. Okay, now we are going to the next slide. Now in the next slide you see microspore mother cells. Okay, so microspore mother cells मैंने previous slide में दिखाया था, ये है microspore mother cells, right? Can you see here? Yes, Y or N? Can you see the microspore mother cell? This is the microspore mother cells. Okay, this microspore mother cell is haploid or diploid? Microspore mother cell is haploid or diploid? Write the first letter. Microspore. This is the microspore mother cell now. Haploid or diploid? Right. No, diploid. Vinayak, it is diploid. Okay. Not diploid, not haploid. Okay. So these microspore mother cells, we can say that is diploid in nature. Now, what will happen to this microspore mother cell? क्योंकि हम इधर का पूरा बात किया, अभी इसका अंदर जो स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू है, ये स्पोरोजिनस टिश्यू में ईच स्पोरोजिनस सेल को बोलता है माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. मदर सेल याद रखना, मदर सेल बोलेगा तो डिप्लॉइड. कभी भी हो कोई भी मदर सेल के बारे में बात करेगा तो माइक्रोस्पोर होने दो, मेगास्पोर होने दो, मदर सेल इज ऑलवेज डिप्लॉइड. So this is the microspore mother cell. And what will happen to this microspore mother cell? Look at here. Every microspore mother cell is diploid. What will happen to it? It will undergo a division. What is this division? A division इधर लिखा है meiosis. Actually what it is? Short form में लिखो, उधर आपका chat box में लिखो. Last year मैंने आपको बताया था meiosis is what kind of division? Short form में लिखे तो भी चलेगा. बैंक में जाके फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट डालते टाइम एफडी बोलते हैं ना, जैसा मियोसिस कौन सा टाइप डिवीजन है? शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिखो. मियोसिस कौन सा टाइप डिवीजन है? नो आइडिया. Mitosis is what? Meiosis is what kind of division? Have you heard about reduction division? Yes or no? Reduction division, yes. The meiosis is a reduction division. Short form में आपको लिख सकता है RD. RD. बैंक में जाके आरडी बोलेगा तो वो लोग रिकरिंग डिपॉजिट चालू करेगा, लेकिन मियोसिस में हम लोग इधर आरडी बोलेगा तो रिडक्शन डिविजन. नाउ ईच माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल या पोलन मदर सेल, व्हाट विल हैपन? इट विल अंडरगो मियोसिस. अब इधर देखिए, नीचे देखिए, पोलन मदर सेल, दिस इज अ पोलन मदर सेल, दिस इज अ माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल. इट अंडरगोस मियोसिस. When it undergoes meiosis, what will happen? You get a cluster of 4 cells. These 4 cells we call microspore tetrad, tetrad of pollen. Okay, so this pack we can say the tetrad of pollen, microspore tetrad, and each one we can say as microspore or pollen grain. अभी इसका जेनेटिक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन देखिए, ये माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल देखिए, ये डिप्लॉइड है, लेकिन अभी ये कौन सा है? हैप्लॉइड हो गया. लेकिन बिगिनिंग में ये ऐसा जॉइंटेड है, लेकिन ये सब सेपरेट होकर क्या बन जाएगा? आपको मिलेगा 4 different cells. 4 different cells you will get, and these 4 different cells we call as pollen grains. And these pollen grains you can say as the gamete producing structure. Now मेरे को ये बताइए, ये जो pollen mother cell, ये जो pollen grain, क्या डिफरेंस है? क्या डिफरेंस आपको मालूम है? अब जल्दी लिखो, फास्ट उसमें लिखो, आपका चैट बॉक्स में जल्दी लिखो उसका डिफरेंस. क्या डिफरेंस आप नोट कर रहे हैं? ये सेल और ये सेल क्या डिफरेंस है? माइक्रोस्पोर पोलन मदर सेल पीएमसी या एमएमसी और द पोलन ग्रेन पीजी, क्या डिफरेंस है? पोलन मदर सेल और PMC या MMC और pollen grain या pollen, क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों में? वेरी सिंपल, आपको समझ में कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आया तो इजी है बोलने को। ये तो डिप्लॉयड है, yeah right, somebody written there, one is diploid, the other one is not tetra, ये haploid है, ये diploid है, ये pollen grain haploid है। Okay, correct, Ria written correctly। Okay, one is pollen mother cell or mother megaspore mother cell is diploid, mother cell is always diploid, and the microspore or pollen grain is always haploid. And now the development of microspore mother cell, I'm sorry, microspore from the microspore mother cell, that means ये जो process है, ये जो sequence है, इसको बोलता है microsporogenesis। So this is called as microsporogenesis। So is it clear to you what is microsporogenesis now? Okay, so what is microsporogenesis? Microsporogenesis means the microspore mother cell divides meiotically and forms haploid microspores। Okay, now एक revision part है। I think I want to stop it here because time is over like that। Okay, एक revision देखिए, ये है आपका पिक्चर, ये डायग्राम आपको याद रखना, ये एग्जामिनेशन को इंपॉर्टेंट है। ये डायग्राम में आपको क्या दिखता है इधर? 4 अंदर wall layers, outermost epidermis, then endothelium, then middle layers, then tapetum। देखो tapetum उधर एनलार्ज करके दिखाया है, डार्कन करके दिखाया है। उसका अंदर क्या रहता है? माइक्रोस्पोर मदर सेल रहता है, और later on this microspore mother cell is undergoing meiosis and produces haploid microspores। ओके, अब ये haploid microspores आप देखेंगे ना, जब अभी देखो इधर पूरा haploid microspores आप देख रहे, ये तो मेच्योर स्टेज है। ये मेच्योर स्टेज में हर चेंबर का अंदर आपको देख सकता है thousands of pollen grains are there। ओके, thousands of pollen grains are there। लेकिन ये जब पूरा मेच्योर हो गया, pollen grains कंप्लीटली मेच्योर हो गया, तो क्या करेगा? ये वॉल इधर ब्रेक होगा, इधर ये 2 चेंबर, मतलब एक लोब का अंदर ये जो पार्टीशन है, ये जो पार्ट है, ये सब ब्रेक हो जाएगा। ऐसा ब्रेक होकर क्या करेंगे? इसका अंदर जो प्रोड्यूस किया है ये सभी pollen grains को बाहर रिलीज करेंगे। सो ऐसा रिलीज करते टाइम इसमें से thousands of pollen grains क्या होता है? ब्रेक होकर, या उसको बोलते हैं डेगिसेंस ऑफ अंदर, ऐसा ब्रेक करके thousands of pollen grains बाहर आता है। ओके, यू गॉट इट क्लियरली दिस पॉइंट? ओके, अभी मैंने आपको एक पॉइंट पहले बोला था, मैं इधर आपको एक क्रॉस सेक्शन दिखा रही है, ये ओरिजिनल फोटोग्राफ है, ये ओरिजिनल फोटोग्राफ है। फोटोग्राफ में सब कुछ आपको क्लियरली दिखता है। ओके, इधर pollen grain सब रेडी हो गया है, लेकिन मैंने आपको बोला एक स्टेमन को कितना पार्ट्स करके, मैंने पहले बोला था आपको, जल्दी लिखो उसका डिजिट लिखो चैट बॉक्स में। एक स्टेमन, one stamen is having how many parts? Okay, I told you 2 parts, one is the filament, second is the anther। लेकिन मैंने आपको बोला था एक पिक्चर में आपको दिखाता हूं, एक पार्ट है। अभी मेरे को क्या है बना, ये जो पार्ट देखिए, दिस इज द फिलामेंट। ये फिलामेंट हवा में खड़ा नहीं है, ये फिलामेंट ये आंदर में जॉइंटेड है। ये आंदर में ये फिलामेंट जो जॉइन किया गया जो स्पॉट है, ये स्पॉट को एक नाम है, दैट इज कनेक्टिव, that is called as connective। So actually one stamen is having 3 parts: the filament, the connective, and the anther। The connective is the region by which the filament is attached to anther। So clear हो गया? Actually how many parts one stamen is having? Is it 2 or 3? One stamen is having 2 parts or 3 parts? Right, 3 parts। One is the filament, second is connective connect करने वाला एरिया, कनेक्ट करने का स्ट्रक्चर। So connective, and second is then the anther। Okay, so I hope that you understood everything। Today's section I am going to stop here। Now in tomorrow's session we will start with the pollen, and once the pollen part is over, then we'll go to the next set, I mean next part। Okay, that I will post later। Okay, today itself I'll post this particular PowerPoint presentation, so you can go through it very easily। Now I'm not going to take, not going to take time for review the things once again। So whatever we have studied so far, So from anther till the microsporogenesis, that is the formation of pollen grain from the pollen mother cell. Now we have to talk about the pollen that is from tomorrow. That is on tomorrow.